Hey everyone, my name is Riley, and this video is a Jotform tutorial for beginners. I will show you everything that you need to know about Jotform, from choosing and customizing a design template, creating your own form from scratch, how to connect up apps and integrations to Jotform, and even the Jotform document signer, which will allow you to create contracts that people can sign. So even if you are brand new to Jotform, all you have to do is follow along with this tutorial, and you will walk away as a Jotform expert. To get started with Jotform, you either want to go over to geforcenorth.com/recommend/Jotform, or you can access this link using the top link in the description. If we click into this is going to take us over to Jotform, and as you can see, we can claim a free account. So from here, we can either sign up with Google, Microsoft, or email. I'm going to go with Google as it makes it easier. And then we can go through, accept the terms and privacy. And once we are here, the very first thing that we can do is go ahead and create a form. So right here, it says you don't have any forms yet. So let's click on create a form. And in here, we can now choose if we want to create a form from scratch, use a template, import an existing form, or create a signable document. Now, the best place to go, if this is your first time using Jotform, is into one of these templates, because just look how many templates they have for you to use. Thousands and thousands and thousands. So we can either choose from the types right here. We can click into all categories and see all of the different categories we have. We have like survey templates, booking forms, appointment forms, sign-up forms. Now, I am going to be creating a hotel booking form. So what I can do, instead of scrolling through all of these to try and find one, is I can go up to templates right here, and I could search for like hotel or whatever else I'm looking for. So you can see right here, we have 58 search results for hotel, and we have a hotel booking form right here. So I could scroll through. I actually quite like the look of this one. So once we have found the form that we would like to use, we can click on use template right here. And this is going to take us through to the form editor. So right now we are in the build section, and this is where we can make any changes that we want to make. So the first thing that I'm going to do is go to the top right here and add my own logo. So I can click into this, upload file, and then I'm going to choose my logo. So I just drop that in, and then using this main control panel on the right hand side, this is where I can make any changes to that element. So if I want to make it bigger, I can drag that right there. If I want to make it smaller, and then we can also choose the alignment. I'm going to leave this in the center. Then I can exit out of this, and then I can go down and edit the rest of this form. So for any of these elements, all we have to do is click in, and then we can either edit or delete. So if I want to delete this top section right here, I can click on remove, and just like that, that element is going to be removed. If I want to change something, for example, this image, I can once again click into properties, and then over here, it's going to open up this main control panel where I can go ahead and edit this element. So let's click on remove image, and then we can upload our own image right here. So choose a file, upload file, and then I'm going to upload this image right here. We can also adjust the size right here if you want to, but I'm just going to leave this as it is. Then we can go down to these next sections. Once again, click in. And then if I want to change the text here, I can click on edit text and enter in the text that I want to say. So I'm actually going to call this GeForce North Hotel booking confirmation. Thank you for choosing, let's just say GeForce North Manor. Just like that. And if I click on save, you can see those changes have now been saved. Then we can go down to the elements. And right now this is asking for guest name, children, everything like that. So first of all, we can click in and we can change what this actually says. So if I just wanted to change this from guest name to booking name, just as an example, then I could do that right there. We can also click into properties, and this is where we can change the properties that come with this specific label. So in here, we can choose whether this is required. Of course, we need a booking name, so I'm going to turn this on. It's going to show up with a little red asterisk. We can change the label alignment right here. We can change the field label, the sub-labels right here. So right now it says first name and last name, but we can change this in this area. We can then go to options. We can turn on like a middle name. We can turn on a prefix if we want to, or a suffix, and we can edit that all right there. What we can also do is change the order of these. So let's say, as an example, that I want people to fill in the amount of rooms. I want this to be further up. So I can click on rooms. Then we can click on these dots on the right hand side and drag this to where you want to drag this on the form. So let's drag this right there. Perfect. We can delete certain elements. So right here where it says what's included, I want to delete this. Click and delete. Very simple right there. And if we want to add in a new element, then all we have to do is click on this plus icon on this right hand side. And then we can choose from any of these elements. So we can add in headings, we can add in an email address form, a phone form, a signature form. So as an example, if I wanted to collect this person's signature, then I would just grab the signature from this left-hand side and drag this to where in the form I want to add this. So let's go right here underneath terms. We can drag that in right there, and we can now get this person to sign. So once again, we can click into properties, we can make this required, mess around with all of these different options. So one thing I do want to do is maybe change the height a little bit. Let's just make this 100, and that looks a lot better already. But there are so many different things that we can add here. We can add in like images, file uploads, times, capture forms. We can even take payment on the website. So if I wanted to actually take a payment for this hotel room, then I can do this via Square, PayPal, Stripe, Google Pay, and Apple Pay, or any of these other options. So let's just go for PayPal Personal, and we can drag this in right at the bottom. Let's go right here, and we can drag this in. So once that is dragged in, we can then enter in the email on the PayPal account, select the currency, the payment type. So if this is a donation, subscription, product, I'm going to leave this as product, and then we can click on enter. Then we can create a product. So we could add the product in right here. And I'm just going to say that this is GeForce North Hotel Room. And then we could say this is like $100 per night. And then if we want to add images or anything there, we can. But then we can click on save, and just like that, that is going to be added in. So that is how you can add payments to your form. We can then go down, and by this point, you know how we can edit now. We just click in, click on edit text, and we can edit this, and then click on properties to open up this right-hand control panel. Let's close this down for now. And the final thing that we can do inside of this form is click on Form Designer. And this is where we can choose the color scheme, the styles, the theme, everything like that. So I could choose the theme to something like this. That looks a lot more professional. I quite like that. So we can choose from one of these color schemes, or alternatively, we can choose our own colors right here. We can then go over to styles, and we can play around with the font size, the button styles right here, the question spacing, all of that. We can also choose a theme. So we could choose from any of these right here if you want any of the themes. And then we also have the form designer. So a classic form where everything is all on one page, or a card form, which is basically going to break it up into separate pages. I personally prefer the classic form, so let's just go back to that. But that's how we can set that up right there. Once your form is created, we can then go over to settings, and we can change like the title for this. So I'll just call this GeForce North Hotel Booking Form. We can then go to emails. We can set up any emails that you might want to send to people who sign up. We can then go to the thank you page, and we can customize the thank you page right here. So we could click on this icon. We could change it to any of these. We could upload our own image. We can then go down and change the text right here. And then once this is set up, we can go to publish. And right here, we now have the link. So we can either copy the link and then share this with people through the link, or we can invite people by email. So I might go through and type in some emails of people I want to send this to. Then we can fill out like an invitation message, click on send invitation, and that's going to be sent right there. So that is how we can create a form from the templates. Let's go back to Jotform, and we can see on the homepage, we now have this form right here. So we can see the form, we can see how many people have submitted onto the form, and at any time, we can go back in, click on edit, and edit the form again. On this screen, we can also create different folders, which is going to allow us to organize our forms better if we have a lot of forms. So what I might do is create a folder and call this like hotel forms, and then continue. And then what I can do is go to my hotel booking form right here, go to more, and then I can add this to a folder, and I can add this to hotel forms. So now if I click into hotel forms, it's only going to show the forms that I added to this folder. So this is a fantastic way to stay organized. From here, we can create new forms. We can go for templates once again, or we can also start from scratch. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail with this because I already showed you how to build forms. But from here, we can basically go in and just start building the entire form ourselves. So we just add in what we want to add in, and we can build the form right there. But let's go back over to Jotform right here. And I can see that form is created. So let's just go ahead and delete this. We can also connect up integrations. So if we go to integrations right here, we can connect up a lot of different products. So we can connect up MailChimp if you want to send out email marketing. You can connect up Zoom. You can connect up Google Sheets, PayPal, Slack, all of these different options. And there are so many different integrations that we can connect. So just come into here, see if there's anything you might want to add. For example, monday.com. We can click in, add this to form, and then we can go ahead and set up the integration right here. The final thing that I want to show you on Jotform, and this is another reason a lot of people may use Jotform, and this is for signing contracts. So to do this, we want to go over to where it says My Forms at the top, click on this, and then we can go to My Signed Document. So we can click into here, and then we can set up the organization name, the job title, and the industry that we are in, and then finish. And in here, we can create signed documents. So this is where you can create contracts, overall just things you need people to sign. So we can click on create. We can either upload or use template. And then in here, we can choose what template we are going to use. So let's say that I have a consulting company. I'll go up consulting, enter. And then we can see we have all of these consulting agreements. So once again, we can click into use template. Then in here, we can go through and make any changes that we need to make. So we can click on edit template, and then I can go through and make any changes that I need to make. So for example, this logo right here, we can remove, upload file, and I can upload my own logo. You get the idea. We can click in, make any changes that we need to make to the text right here. Then we can save and exit. Then we can see the elements right here. So it's going to ask for a date. We can delete this if we want to. We can add new elements in using this left-hand side. But we can go down, we can fill all of this in right here, make sure this is correct. And once you have that filled in, we can once again go to publish, enter in the name of the person that you need to sign this. So this is me. And then I can enter the client's email in right here, James Smith. Then we can click on send to sign. And that is going to send that contract for the other person to sign. So those are the two main uses for Jotform, is My Forms and My Signed Documents. And once you know that, you can basically use 90% of Jotform. So that is my complete Jotform tutorial. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.